Hey there, this is the One Boom, and today's video is going to touch on the topic of skill and gameplay. I know it's a touchy subject, but just know that if you don't have a problem with what I'm discussing in this video is probably not made for you. This video is made towards a very niche person. I don't think this video is going to do very well because of that. Also, the gameplay isn't impressive, but it perfectly fits the topic. The gameplay is me trying to play sweaty and aggressive on a stream, and I don't do very well at that. My reaction time is low. I'm just not doing well. Let's just say that. I'm tired, I'm not doing well. And I just decide to play really slow and campy, and I find success that way because I just stop caring about what the chat thinks of me or what people watching the gameplay is going to think of me, and that ties really well in with what my commentary is here. So the gameplay is bad, the topic is niche, this video is going to get like 400 views and then like die, so that's okay. That's all right. Sometimes you gotta say what's on your mind, even if nobody cares. And they probably shouldn't. I don't have a script for this video. I have one note that says movement gods and new players. And I'm running with that because this is a thought process I've had for a while. And if you like this kind of video, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notified when I go live. And let's hop right into this. I was around 13 years old when I got into Call of Duty, give or take. And I can't imagine 13-year-old me getting into Call of Duty now, because one of the big things I did to get into Call of Duty was watch a lot of YouTube videos on it, watch a lot of gameplays and tips and tricks and weapon stat videos as much as I could. And now Call of Duty YouTube looks like this. Call of Duty YouTube is a mess of people trying to tell you how to aim like a god, play like a pro player, be a movement god, break ankles, break cameras. And then all of the discussions around Call of Duty is evil microtransactions, Call of Duty is a scam, aim assist is broken. And I thought, well, there's a thing about Call of Duty that I don't see anyone else talking about, and I'd like to be the one to do it. Call of Duty is a sandbox game that you're supposed to play however the hell you want. Call of Duty gives you a wide variety of tools, equipment, perks, weapons, attachments to play however you want. Let's block out the internet and the internet's opinions on how we spend our free time, because that's just a really good plan for a healthier life. Why does Call of Duty now let you put a bipod on an M4? Why did Call of Duty back in the day give you a perk that allowed you to stay permanently off the UAV and remove the red name from above your head? Why? Because Call of Duty wants you to play however you want. Call of Duty gives you perks for unlimited sprint. Call of Duty gives you perks to survive explosions. Call of Duty gives you equipment that can stop kill streaks. Call of Duty doesn't give a shit. Call of Duty doesn't mind if it took me 10 agonizing kills in the sweatiest game of my life. If you have an LMG with armor-piercing ammunition, you can shoot down my chopper before it enters airspace. Once you realize that Call of Duty doesn't care about you as a player, you're on your way to succeed, because then you realize you can play however you want. But you go on YouTube and you watch these YouTubers get these amazing gameplays. They're slide canceling around, they're jump shotting, drop shotting, they're diving out of windows, they're getting these amazing quad feeds, they're soloing entire teams in Warzone, they're using the meta loadouts, they have the highest camo. It is just spectacular to watch. Ignore it. Like, obviously the YouTuber that makes their living off of playing Call of Duty has a different playstyle than you do. Person who just got home from school or work and is just trying to unwind for the evening. Look, I'm not trying to condescend like, hey, you're an average Joe, you shouldn't try to be good at the game. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that what you should do is close your eyes and ask yourself, what do I want out of Call of Duty? You're picturing yourself having fun in Call of Duty, what are you doing? Is it slide canceling, crazy movement techniques, the highest mastery camo unlocked on a meta weapon, slaying people out? Is it using weird goofy weapons? Is it using an LMG and deployable cover, locking down objectives? Is it using weird goofy weapons? Because I don't know if you ever put a sniper scope on an M4 with the shortest barrel, but it's funny, you should try it. Like, if you close your eyes and you picture your own version of fun, this crazy thing will happen. This is a psychological fact that has actually helped me a lot in life. If you close your eyes and say, what do I want from blank? Your brain will immediately start conjuring images of the things that you want. You care enough about Call of Duty to click on this video, you might care enough about it to close your eyes and just take 4 minutes out of your day to think and ponder, what do I want from that? What do I want from that game? What do I want from it with my friends, by myself? What do I want from it competitively, casually? How am I going to have fun? More importantly, you should ask yourself, is anything getting in the way of my fun? Is maybe having this looming opinion over my shoulder that I'm too campy or not good enough or I'm a bot or You know, whatever. Is that making it less fun for me? Am I applying a standard to myself? God, you should always ask yourself this. Am I applying a standard to myself that is unfair? This is a video game, it's an electronic toy, so the standard you apply to yourself should make you as comfortable as possible while still allowing you to succeed against some level of adversity. Again, it's an electronic toy, it's a competitive electronic toy, but try to gauge your severity accordingly. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, I'm saying that it doesn't matter so much that you should be miserable. This is not a job, this is not going to put food on your table, this is not going to find you a partner, this is just something you do out of your own volition. This is your choice, this is your enjoyment, this is your life, this is all there is. I mean this not sarcastically. This is all there is in your life. And when it comes to your life, you have joys and enjoyments. Call of Duty is going to be one of them, and you're more likely to do well at the game if you are actually enjoying it, and you're more likely to actually enjoy it if you do it for yourself, regardless of what anyone else thinks. Basically, don't mimic YouTube videos for your enjoyment. You can learn from them. You should take other people's inputs, other people's gameplay, other people's tips and tricks, and store them in your mind for context, store them as a resource, but trying to mimic it, it's a terrible idea. And it's something that people do all the time with a long-running franchise they're trying to get into. They don't make their own style, they just sort of mimic the top players. If you wanted to become a famous singer, you would first have to practice the fundamentals. You'd have to know how to sing, how to hold a note, how to do breath control, all of the things that go into singing. But one of the major problems people have when they try to learn singing is they listen to their favorite bands and artists and they try to mimic how they sound. This is a terrible idea because then you're not singing, you're doing an impression. And an impression, while it could sound pretty okay, is still going to be a cheap imitation compared to your own style. So if you're serious about getting good at singing, you practice the fundamentals and then you formulate your own style. And if you're gonna sing somebody else's songs, you're gonna sing it in your style. And that's what any good music coach is going to teach you. First the fundamentals, then your own style. If you're just trying to sound like your favorite singer, you're not going to ever sound like them. You're gonna sound like a cheap imitation. How does your voice inflection work? How does your enunciation work? How does your unique voice become a song? That's important if you want to become a singer. And the same thing goes for Call of Duty. You could copy somebody else's settings, you could copy their playstyles, you could run their tips and drills to a T, but at the end of the day, you need to have your own personality involved. You need to have your own style, and that's gonna connect you more with what you're learning, and that's going to help you learn faster. Again, our goal with the video game is enjoyment, not, grueling, treacherous, drill-pounding methods of success. It should be fun. So go play however you want, ignore the movement gods. Don't try to break cameras if that's not how you want to play. Don't go for crazy high camos if they don't actually look good to you. Be honest with yourself. If your ideal gameplay experience doesn't mesh with the optimal gameplay experience, but it is your ideal experience, then it's the optimal one. It is the optimal one. It might not be the technical optimal one. It might not be the optimal one by common consensus, but if it's your ideal, then it's optimal and you should pursue it. Even if it's trolling, even if it pisses people off, good. You're bound to make your enemies mad. It's a competitive game. So do it with some stride. Anyway, that's the end of this video. This is the kind of video I wish I would have heard when I was 13, so this is the kind of video I'm making now. It might not be relatable to all of you, but I know why I'm making it, and if you got something from it, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you when I see you guys. Goodbye.